Hi, hello, namaste. Welcome back to StatOps. I am your Shilpa Deshetty. So, in this video, we will start with your Unit 4. So, in the Unit 4, as I told you that I will be dealing with most important questions. So, in that, the first important question is that the paired t-test. Okay. So, as I told you in the last unit that whenever you choose a sample size, if the sample size is greater than 30, then we use a Z test for that. Okay, and if a sample size is less than 30, then we use a T test for that. Okay, so in this paired T test, the question is given on your screen. So what is there? That is a 5 women are there. So these 5 women have checked with their blood pressure. So before they have took one drug. So before taking the drug, what are the readings, and after taking the drug, what are the readings that are given. Okay, so this is that the 5 women's before and after values are given. Then what we have to check here, we have to check that whether there is any significant change in the blood pressure of the woman. Okay, after taking the drug. Done. So in the question, the 1% level of significance is given there. So this is the formula for your paired t-test. Done. So what is the formula? That is d bar by s by square root of n. So what is d bar again? How to find out d bar? D bar is nothing but sigma d by n. Sigma d by n is nothing but d bar. Okay. Then what is d? How to find out d now? D is nothing but y minus x. So this is x and this is y. So y minus x is your d value. Done. And what is s? How to find out s now? S directly we have the formula for s square. Okay. So after finding the s square value, you have to do the square root of that value to find out s. Okay. So first write down your null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. Okay. So as we have mu1 equals to mu2, that is your null hypothesis, and alternative hypothesis is quite opposite to that. Okay. So as we have 2 here, 2 proportions, that is before and after. Before taking a drug and after taking a drug. Okay. So that is the reason we are writing it as mu1 equals to mu2. Done. So what we have to find out here, that is, first we have to find out the d value. You always remember that, see the formula, you will get to know that what to find out. So d, we have to find out the d value. So what is d value? That is y minus x. Okay. So this is y, this is x. 120 minus 110, 10. Next 118 minus 120. What is the value? That is minus 2. Next 125 minus 123, 2. Next 136 minus 132, 4. 121 minus 125, minus 4. Okay. So what we want here? Sigma d value we want here. Okay. So what is sigma d here? Sigma d is nothing but 10. Okay. So we got the value. What is n value? N value is 5 because 5 women. So n value is 5. Now substitute that in the formula. So how to substitute that? First find out what is d bar. So what is d bar? D bar equals to sigma d by n, that is 10 by 5, that is 2. Okay, so we got d bar value. Next we need to find out what is s square value. Okay, so what is s square value? S square equals to what is sigma d square value? That d square value also we need to find out. This is d, then we need to find out what is d square. Okay. So d square directly we cannot find it out like square of this value, that is not right. Okay. So what we have to do, we have to first find out d square, then add all the values of d square. Okay. So 10, 10, 100, next 4, next 4, 16, 16. Okay. So add all the values, what you will get? That is 140. Done. So we got 140. Now s square equals to sigma d square. What is that? 140 minus what is d bar? D bar is 2. So 2 square into what is n? 5 by what is n minus 1? 5 minus 1. Okay. So what is the value? 140 minus 20 by 4. So that is 140 minus 20, that is 120 by 4, that is 30. Okay, so we have s square value, but what we have in the formula, we have s. So s equals to square root of 30, that is 5.47. Okay, so we got all the values. Now substitute that in the t. So t equals to d bar. What is the d bar value? 2. 2 by, what is s value? 5.47 by square root of n. N is 5. So what is the total value? 2 is 2 by 5.47 by square root of 5. So what is the value? By 5.47 by 2.23. So that is 2 by, total value is 2.45. So 2 by 2.45 is 0.816. So we got the value, that is 0.816. This is your t calculated value. T calculated value is what? 0.816. Now you have to find out what is the t table value. In the question directly they have given it 1% level of significance. I am sharing the table, t table on the screen, just check over there. So at 1% level of significance means 0.01. At 0.01, and at which you have to check there, that is n minus 1, degrees of freedom. You have to check with the degrees of freedom in this detailed test. Okay, so what is the degrees of freedom? That is n minus 1, 5 minus 1 at 4. Okay, so 0.01 at 4 you have to check out. So what is the value? That is at 4. So what is the value? That is 4.604 is the value. In that book it is given as comma, but it is not comma, it is point. So 4.604. Okay, so this is the table value. Now see here, the calculated value is less than the table value. T calculated is less than the t table value. So it means that the null hypothesis is accepted. So if it is accepted means, what is that? That is, there is a no significant change between your women who are taking a drug. So before and after will remain the same. Okay, thank you. Subscribe and share the video with your friends.